Sancat. She is joining me for tonight. And I'm going to be reading a chapter from my first book of a trilogy, Last Chance for Slow Dance. This is Little Joy. And yeah, so, alright. You ready? Oh, wait, Valerie, are you recording? Okay, so my dad is super supportive, and he always asks me to record. So if everyone could just turn to this camera and just say, "Hi, Bob," it would be amazing.
Hi, Bob!
Yeah, Bob.
Thank you guys so much. All right. Also, I apologize. I don't apologize if you recognize yourself or anyone in this. On the corner of Melrose and Madison, muffled music leaked through the walls of the used-to-be church with a tall bike welded where the steeple once was. Clunker cars were parked on the extended sidewalk and at the curb in front of the building. People entered through the metal gate. Newcomers were easy to spot as they looked both ways and stuck their head inside the gate before committing to going inside, while church veterans slid in easily. Missy sat at the wooden admissions booth. "Welcome to the Church of Fun. Have you ever been here before?" she said to a young yuppie couple who looked at everything with wide, touristy eyes. "This is our first time." "This is so cool," the girl said. "Okay, so it's $5 suggested donation. Is it cash only?" the girl asked. "Yeah, but it's BYOB." Behind them, Toast, his naturally caramel skin, darker from biking in the sun, came in wearing a black silk dress. His hair was buzzed except a long curly side tail. "Hey, Toast." "Hey, Missy." The clean-cut guy opened his wallet. Missy judged him without thinking. He had a solid leather wallet with a thick, non-bendable credit card and cash. He handed her a 20. "What's BYOB?" the guy asked. He spoke as clean as his teeth. "Bring your own beer." "There's no bar in there?" Missy's urge for a cigarette and beer rose. Working door at the church usually meant no stupid questions like she got at her day job. "No, but there's a gas station over there that sells beer." "Oh, okay." The guy took his change. "Here, let me mark your hands." Missy took the girl's hand and drew a dead happy face. Sam pulled a chair up next to Missy. He grabbed the extra Sharpie. "I got you." The guy held his hand out to Sam and looked at the girl. "So, do you want to get something to drink?" Sam drew a crude penis, dotting the pee hole on the guy's hand. "You're all set, buddy." The couple walked away. Missy looked at Sam in his cowboy hat and brown corduroy jacket. He was a cowboy in a punk house, and she loved it. "How's it going over here?" "Fine. Want a beer?" Missy pulled a can from the box hidden under the wooden booth. "I'll trade you for a cigarette." I only have one left. I'll share it with you." Sam handed his beat-up pack of Pall Malls to Missy in exchange for a beer. Behind him, in the open area next to Trey's white delivery truck, a fire was getting started in the burn barrel. People stood around it, smoking and talking. Charlie's loud hiccup laugh cut through the hum of the conversation. Sitting on the bench against the back house, Charlie sat with Holly, tall and pretty with long blonde hair and makeup. She wore a short skirt with a shimmering red tight top and high heels. Their demeanor was comfortable. Charlie would touch her leg and she'd slap his arm away playfully. Missy rolled her eyes at the laugh. "What?" Sam's big blue eyes looked into Missy's. "Fucking Charlie." Holden turned into the gate. She was over the day with little interest in being at the church. She worked part of the day and got a phone call from her brother in Indiana. Her stomach had dropped when she saw his name come up on her phone. They weren't close. The only reason they spoke at all was their blood relation. "Hey, Holden." Sam got up and hugged her. She hugged him tighter than he expected. "You okay?" "Yeah, I just talked to my brother today." Holden sucked tears back from her eyes. Secretly, she wanted to cry her eyes out on Sam's shoulder. "Oh, shit." Missy held a beer out to her. "Sam, can you take over?" Missy stood up. "Yeah, sure." Missy slipped her arm through Holden's elbow and led her to the covered patio next to the fire. Music played from a phone on the outdoor speaker. People yelled for attention over the music. Holden and Missy sat on the end of the bench next to the shit dog table and kicked their feet up on the oversized coffee table. "What's up?" Missy pulled her cigarettes out. "Do you have a lighter?" "Of course. Always have a lighter. I never have cigarettes, but I always got a lighter." "So, what'd your brother say?" Holden took a long drag, touched her fingertips to her forehead. "He said Nana has opted out of treatment and is going home next week." "Oh, shit." "They said she's got some time, maybe a month or two, obviously longer if she did treatment. But she said, fuck it." "Is she getting hospice?" "Not yet. I don't know if she even will." Missy hugged Holden tight. Holden put her head against Missy's shoulder. Missy set her cheek against Holden's hair. They rocked for a minute, blocking out the noise from the rest of the patio. "Holden!" Charlie yelled. His pupils were saucers. "Hey guys, the band's about to start! Let's go check them out!" Missy had let Holden go, but held her hand. "Want to go in? Freddie's probably in there." Charlie waved his hands back at him. Come on! He leaned in, slipped his meat paw hands under Holden's legs and back. He braced his feet and lifted her up. "Coming through, guys, coming through! I got a hot potato!" He yelled as he ran through the hallway to the main space. This once-upon-a-time church held the structure of the place of worship, with a 2-inch-tall stage and a bar in the back that was now a sound booth where everyone hung out. Rooms were built above the space, and the upstairs along the wall had 2 openings, with groups sitting with their legs hung over the side. Cheaply made benches were pushed against the opposite wall, and a car's back seat was bolted to the wall 6 feet off the ground. Stop Trying had taken stage. Electronic noise from Taylor's keyboard blasted the room. A crowd of 30 people had gathered near the front. Toast smashed his sticks on the drums, and the crowd took off into a pit, shoving and bouncing off each other. Pillows and long pieces of fabric were thrown high above, that come crashing down on heads, only to be thrown again. Freddie, sweat streaming down the giant smile on his face, came staggering out and grabbed hold of Missy's hands. With a death grip, he pulled them into the pit. Elbows knocked Holden's chest and swung above Missy's head. They wrapped their arms around each other and held on tight as the pit moved them from side to front to the other side. An older bearded guy with glasses and shaggy hair named Josh held an end of the floating piece of fabric and ran through the pit. He looped around Missy and Holden. The fabric pulled taut and brought their hips together. Freddie was caught alone with it around his stomach. He looked at the girls with the mischievous smile of a 12-year-old. "Don't you dare!" Missy screamed at him below the noise coming from the stage. But they were yanked in the opposite way. Feet stumbling over feet as Josh ran back through, slid under the rope between the girls and Freddie, and wrapped the girls' legs at the knees. Freddie screamed and ran towards the band, dragging every person in crust funk stuck in the shimmering purple rope of terror. Swanee, a long-haired Mexican with a high-pitched voice, wiggled through a layer of fabric and stood next to Holden. He put his arm around her waist to join the chain. Swanee led them to the edge of the stage. The fabric brought the fabric tight against their bodies. Missy and Holden had open-mouthed smiles until Swanee was knocked backwards and his head gnashed against Missy's teeth. "Oh shit!" Holden yelled. "I'm getting the fuck out of this!" Swanee yelled. His body went stiff and he fell flat on the floor at the same time the other side of the fabric moved again. The line on the girls' legs buckled their knees, and they went down backwards next to Swanee. The rest of the fabric pit locked fell like dominoes. 1, then 2. Finally, the loose people running through tripped on bodies. Freddie landed on top of them. His elbow hit Missy's temple with a crack. Holden laughed until tears poured from her eyes, and she didn't know if she was happy or sad anymore. "Fuck!" Missy said. Everyone untangled themselves, tugging to free a foot that tightened the fabric on another person's ankle. Holden's feet went in the air as a confused guy got up with a fabric line still around his waist. Hands slipped in Holden's armpits to lift her up. Wait! "Get off me!" Missy shoved Freddie. He rolled off onto his knees. He started unwinding the fabric from Missy's legs and waist. Holden kicked her foot free to hold herself halfway up while holding the kind stranger with dreadlocks and large, rough hands. "You got it?" He held Missy's body so she could unwrap her other leg. There was no sexual tension, but Holden felt safe in this guy's hands. She had a rule of no more church people, which she didn't plan on breaking even for this tall, black-as-midnight man with long dreads and thick lips. He was crazy. Holden didn't need to see his eyes to know. She lacked trust for people wearing camouflage, especially cargo shorts, who weren't hunters. The band ended the song. "Thanks, guys," Toast said, and wiped his face on his shirt. That was intense. "Toast!" Missy yelled and pointed at Freddie. "Right, so I hear we have a birthday in the house." People cheered as they untangled themselves to stand. "Happy birthday to you." Arms are slung over shoulders with Missy in the middle, or with Freddie in the middle. A muffled, drunken, rambling "happy birthday" came out of the mouths of this crowd, with Toast and Taylor leading a punk rock noise rendition of the song. "Happy birthday, dear Freddie, dear Dum Dum," Missy yelled at him. "Happy birthday to you." The crowd erupted in a yelling cheer as Toast and Taylor kicked it into the next song, and the pit started all over again. Josh slammed through, shoulder-checking everyone he came across. Swanee ran around the crowd with the fabric and tied it off, enclosing everyone in one big ball. The people mass moved organically, shifting from side to side, front to back, as people attempted to keep some semblance of balance. "Yeah!" The giant with dreadlocks yelled as he stepped forward to push them. His size 13 combat boot came down on Holden's foot. "Oh, fuck!" she yelled as she went stumbling backwards. "Let's get the fuck out of here," Missy said. Missy pulled the fabric off and dropped to the floor. Holden followed, and 5 people tripped over them, sending the crowd into a pile in front of Taylor. "You okay?" Holden asked. Freddie crawled out of the wreckage of people to lie his head on Missy's lap. "This asshole fell on my head." Missy slapped Freddie's shoulder. "Yeah, I got stepped on by that dude." "Yeah, let's go. Irish exit out." "Let me find Charlie. I'll meet you guys outside." Holden ran through the main space, hung left down the hallway to the patio. Freddie and Missy looked at each other, Missy holding her head. "We should stop by the gold room," Freddie said. "We'll have them put ice in a napkin for you." "Freddie, you cracked my head. I want to go home." "Look, it even hurts when I move my jaw past this point." Freddie lightly nudged Missy's chin with his fist. "I'll like the cut of your jib." He did it again. "I like the shut of your mouth." "Hey, let's go," Holden yelled from across the space. Freddie and Missy looked at her. She bolted out the side door. Outside, people hung out in small groups. Loud conversations and drunken laughing. Holden was partway through a cigarette when Freddie and Missy came outside. "Where's Charlie?" Freddie patted his pockets. Holden handed him her pack. "He's not coming with us." Freddie lit his cigarette. He blew smoke up over his face. He looked like a junkie in the street lamps backlighting him. His eyes were bloodshot and his skin sweaty and greasy. His lips curled in to hold the cigarette wasn't helping either. If Holden were a different person, she'd have told him he looked like what she imagined his brother looked like. A junkie. Because it's in your blood, right? But she wouldn't. That wasn't who she was. His question was innocent. Even though he knew how Charlie was, he was still a drunk